Two or three of them good chances as well.
Saifi. They could just get a break. Algeria. Flag again. Still got time. Still Morocco 0, Ghana 0 in the other game, by the way. Time was certainly justified.
Yeah, that was definitely offside on that occasion. An easier one for the linesman to get right.
Coming up later for you on Eurosport, Zambia against Tunisia. Tunisia, another of the African sides who've qualified for the World Cup. 5 of them, all taking part in this tournament. And Algeria, who aren't, are putting Nigeria under pressure.
Not showing any signs of tiring, is he, Ghazi? He's worked tremendously hard. Well, high and wide. Now have a look again, Dave. I know it's harsh, but he's not offside. He's not offside.
Just think, when they're that close, it's just played over the crossbar. It wasn't far away from Kanu. That would have been game, set and match for Nigeria.
Well, again, shows that great close control. Oh, how close was that at the finish? Outside of the right foot he was trying to bend it with, and he put it just past the post.
Saifi nearly touched it away. Good challenge from Yobo. Kanu, Okocha now. Moves forward menacingly. Julius Agahoa. Yobo has stayed forward. Mike Bainey is the only player in the centre at the moment. Moving forward towards Agahoa.
It's great skill from Udeze.
He's gone down. Ghazi with the goal disallowed. Udeze's turn. Just to go back finally to that offside, Jerry. Fair to say that you can talk about the bad fortune of Algeria. I don't think you can criticise the assistant too much, because it's so tight,
it happens every week in football now, because the game's getting so fast, and I think it's so difficult for the officials to get them right all the time. But that was a crucial one, and should have been allowed. I think when the Algerian coach Rabah Major sees it later, he will not be too pleased.
Poor old Hadou, who got the final ball right,
Absolutely.
having given the goal away and missed a real sitter. Finally does something right, and it doesn't count.
It was third time lucky for him, but not from the linesman's point of view.
There's Saifi. Morocco and Ghana still drawing 0-0 in the other game. Lovely turn from Rafik Saifi. Brought down by Udeze. It was just too good for him.
Well, he is a bit special. I've got to say, the Troyes player, he's got so much skill. And he has been very much Algeria's best player.
Chance then for Algeria to put Sharunmu under some pressure. Mefta, who's taken over the captain's armband, is forward. And the header flashes in. And it was Zafour forward from the back.
This far post area is causing a little bit of concern. You can see Brahim Zafour climbs above everyone. It's actually Udeze who should be picking him up, but he gets head and shoulders above him, and he just can't quite direct it on target. They look like they need the second goal, don't they? Because at 1-0, as I said before, it's not conclusive.
Saifi. Can his talent see them through here? It was Okocha who challenged him. Good first touch towards Ghazi. And he's let play continue this time, but Saifi for once wastes the ball. In from Desiri. And that time he was too far in front of Akror, the substitute. Kocha pushed out a little on Saifi there. He doesn't want anyone to be quite as good as him.
There's minimal contact, to be fair.
He'll flick on over on the far side, and he's gone down. It was Ghazi. The referee giving nothing.
Well, I don't think this is a cast iron certain penalty, and it has to be for the referee to give it. I think he goes down just a little bit too easy for me, Ghazi. Taribo West got his body in line and prevented him getting the shot in.
Well, the hope from Algeria would be that the decisions would level themselves out after the disallowed goal. Now Kanu. Still nearly broke for Agahoa. Away they can come again. Possession given away by the Algerians. Kanu. Again getting into a good position. And again, so nearly the second goal for Nigeria.
He's got such a presence about him, Dave. I mean, his first touch is just so good. And he drifts past players with, you know, a little shimmy. Look at that acceleration, and then the left foot shot, which is loads of power, unfortunately not on target. I think that's 4 or 5 efforts he's had, and he's been on, what, 35 minutes?
Kanu not far away. Saifi, who else? On from Ghazi. Forward by Hadou. Rabamaja perhaps thinking about more changes, and Yobo just getting there ahead of Hadou. Looks very capable, Yobo.
He's first and foremost a defender, isn't he? He took ball, man, everything that came in his way. No nonsense. I think he caught Moulay Hadou on the follow-through.
Defender now, but did start as a striker, Yobo.
You can see he's not a natural defender, though, Dave. That's, I think, very evident. Oh, great skill.
Lovely skill away, but just dragged the shot, Saifi. Got everything right, barring his finishing.
But some magical moments in the game, no doubt about it. And Saifi and JJ Okocha have provided most of them, but he's got such confidence in his first touch, and he again shows an audacity to the opposition. We're going to see another substitution,
maybe even a couple for Algeria. That was just a tug back by Krayushe. He'll be lucky not to get booked, and he gets away with it. Now Okocha. Agahoa. Yobo. Oh, Okocha again. Absolutely magnificent from Nigeria. And Ayegbeni stayed on his feet. Saifi. Credit to Ayegbeni, because there are plenty of players who would have gone down.
I was going to say, there's an honesty about him, Dave. It's a great shot, it's a great save, but again here, he wants to win the ball. He's caught by the goalkeeper, and he's not looking to go down and take a dive, which too many strikers in Europe are looking to do. He's up and he's fighting to win possession once again.
Plays for Maccabi Haifa. If he was in La Liga, he might have learnt to dive there. Credit to him for not doing so. Now then, Garba Lawal going to come on, a big name for Nigeria. He's going to take over from Okocha in the centre of midfield, the Roda player. And Okocha gets an ovation, and we'll see plenty more of him in this tournament, won't we?
I think they're saving his legs to a certain extent, and also maybe a little bit of security as well, because as we said, he's one for the tricks and skills and techniques, and it's getting to the stage now where with 12 minutes to go, I think they'll settle for the 1-0 victory if they can get it. And it's a double substitution. I think that's the last we'll see of Algeria.
Algeria to be replaced by Babangida.
I think you're right, Dave.
Yeah, Tijani Babangida it is.
Doesn't look too keen to come on. He just strolled on the pitch, didn't he?
When he bursts into action, we see a different player. And change as well for Algeria. Wholesale changes. Marja Gambling and Omar Belbe of Montpellier to replace Desiri. From a Nîmes player, Belbe scored in the French Cup final for Nîmes, and they got there as a third division side.
Well, that's the experience one I was talking about earlier, Belbe, and no surprise. I thought maybe would have brought him on slightly earlier than that, but it's still tied at 1-0, and there's always a chance. There's confirmation there, Belbe on for Ziri.
Well, we mentioned Agaho's impact at the last Nations Cup. If Tijani Babangida can do what he did then, those 2 goals in the semi-final against South Africa, which won them the game, and one of them after barely 30 seconds right at the start of the game, that incredible run, one of the moments of the last tournament. Babangida, 28 years old now, but he's still so capable.
Well, that means that Julius Agaho can go down the middle more now, Dave, and Babangida will play on this right-hand side, and maybe we'll see some of that explosive pace from Julius Agaho, who's a great man, JJ Okocha. A well-earned drink there.
I think if they had the Nigerian Football Sprint Championships, Agaho would win, Finidi would be second, and Babangida would probably finish third.
Oh, a big close one.
Right up there, isn't it? Incredible pace.
Well, they call Finidi George the Gazelle. If he's the Gazelle, what do you call Julius Agaho? The cheetah.
Very good that, Jerry.
Not bad, man.
Now Hadu. There he is, Babangida. Had a trial at Charlton Athletic. He's had problems with injuries and personal problems as well. He got married and arranged a charity game featuring the Nigerian national side. Had 30,000 people from his town ready for it, and they didn't turn up, and there was a riot. So it wasn't the greatest day of his life. And all that behind him on the football field. Thankfully, the team have turned up. Good burst of pace from Udeze, who has been brought down.
Yellow card.
It was worse than, looked worse than it was rather from Braja. He was done at such pace.
He was committed. Mohamed Braja saw that it was a loose ball, and he went for it. You see, here's the turn of pace from Udeze.
Very quick.
I think it's a feature of this Nigerian side, the athleticism.
Can they get the goal that would tie it up? Free header, should have scored.
What a chance.
Great chance for Babangida.
I've got to say, have a look again at Boulay Hadu is defending Dave. He's looking for offside. There's no way he's offside. And it's a free header from Babangida. Should have scored.
Hadu's luck hasn't been with him today.
No. Well, I think it was lucky on that occasion. Have a look. Poor defending, poor marking. He's completely unmarked at the far post. What a miss.
Babangita's smiling after the miss. There's still only 1-0 up with 8 minutes to go. He'll be smiling at the end. Algeria score.
They enjoy their football, though, you've got to say. Saifi is not enjoying that last challenge as he writhes in agony.
Motioning for the stretcher. Interesting, the referee and his assistants, the reaction to each other as they came off at half-time. Hugs all round. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
Not at half-time, maybe at the end of the game, but not at half-time. And the challenge from Sunday Olise was strong, but I thought it was fair. And again, I just do feel that Saifi has milked the challenge a little bit.
Here's the chance again. Babangida unmarked.
But it's a start position. I mean, he's not even aware, Moulay Hadou, that he's completely free at the far post. Ball watching.
Saifi. Superb movement from him. They're trying to carve out an opening, and it's Hadou, but Shirunmu just got there. Another change. It's another striker, Kamel Kakreshi.
This is the last throw of the die, saying he's got to go for it. Dave, with what, 7 minutes left? Oh, poor first touch from Udeze.
Plays in Algeria for USM Lida. Sporadic caps over the last 4 years since he made his debut. 12 goals, 30 games last season for his club. Can he produce an all-important one here for Algeria? Saifi's frustrated. Zakro tried to play it forward. He's starting to look a little tired, maybe.
I think he's looked tired the last 5 or 10 minutes, Dave. As we said, you know, he's been running his socks off on his own up front, and you knew he just couldn't sustain that. Oh,
now
this is a great
Babangida. Babangida's still going, and everything but the finish from Babangida. I'm not going to smile at that one.
Do you know, there was a split second he actually thought about crossing it, then all of a sudden he felt he could go for a goal. Absolutely incredible pace, though. Well, it's actually Saifi who's coming off.
Saifi to go off, which is a strange one. Looked the most likely player for them.
Maybe Rabah Majir felt that he went down too easily under the last challenge as well. He's had quite a few challenges in this game, taking a bit of a battering, and it's now a double strike force of Ghazi and Kachi up front, and what's happened here?
There's a guy carrying a stretcher on his own there. Two of them have gone down, and
he's out cold.
Is it Hadou over on the far side? This is a matter of concern. In fact, it's Belbé, the substitute.
It is Belbé.
Oh, and they're trying to get attention to Belbé. They're just worried that he might have swallowed his tongue there,
Well, he was unconscious, you could see, but he wasn't conscious, Dave, definitely. And the reaction of the players also. A lot of concern, certainly from Crouchy. Nizraddin Crouchy was the first to alert the officials. Both players watching the ball, jump for the ball, and the clash of heads. And as he lands, he's gone. Just look, his eyes, he's totally oblivious to what's happened. And out.
Real bang on the head.
Udezi's the other one who's down there. He went down very heavy as well, Dave.
Belbé is still prostrate down there. Getting attention to him, the Algerian doctor is there. This will be, rightly so, a big break in play. Concern about Omar Belbé over on the far side of the field. Still attending to him.
Well, it looks like Nasreddin Crouch's issues just saying, you know, we've got to take him off, but I've worked it out. They've made the 3 substitutions. And
well, they're moving him now.
But look, again, both players honest, looking at the ball, challenge, jump for the ball, clash of heads, and he's went down. I mean, Udez's down and out straight away, but Belbey has sort of taken 2 or 3 seconds to actually collapse in a heap. And he's barely conscious. He's got a cut on the head as well. It looks like that could be an area for concern also, Dave. And I'm looking at Mefta, who's also indicating that he's got to come off.
Well, he's not going to continue, is he, Belbey, by the looks of things? There's no way he can, surely. Udez's okay. They're still attending to him.
He's okay. He's still rubbing his head and wondering what hit him.
And we've continued and continue to look after Belbey on the sidelines. Very worrying moments, those, for Algerian supporters. Well, there are 2 minutes to go, but it's a lot longer than that. At least 3 or 4 minutes of added time now.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Possibly more. Now Udeze. Still just the 1-goal lead for Nigeria, scored by Julius Agahoa just before half-time. He's being played onside. Agahoa is there, so Zayek Benny. Garbaloal winning the corner. Zafour still just struggling a little with that injury. Ghazi to clear. All he can do though is hook it downfield. Nearly found its way through to Kanu. Down to 10 men here, Algeria. Can they just produce a moment of inspiration here? Four minutes of added time, which
I'm not surprised.
Particularly generous, though. Yeah. Now, can they find their way through? Now that he's gone down. Oh, and Ghazi's furious, and that was a lot closer than the last one, Jerry.
I'd like to see that one again. I think that certainly Taribo West has a hold of him there, and I think certainly Ghazi thinks it's a penalty kick.
There's a debate. It would also be whether it was inside the penalty
just on the
area.
edge. No, that's an area for concern, Dave. He really is still struggling big time. The substitute Belbey.
Now Hadou. Forward again to Ghazi. The game continues, but a lot of worry about Belbey over on the far side. We'll keep you up to date with his condition. Got the game coming up a little bit later on. I'm going to let you know just what the situation is with Belbey if you're worried about it. Trying to get him away quickly.
I'm not so worried about the cut, Dave. It's the actual blow to the head. It was a really nasty bang. Both players totally committed.
Now Babangida for Nigeria trying to pick out Kanu. They're just a bit rusty. Still haven't really played their way into the tournament, but it looks like they're going to get a win here. And games against the hosts Mali and Liberia to come for both these sides. Nigeria play Mali in 3 days' time, live here on Eurosport. Ambulance waiting for Belbey. Given criticism of the infrastructure in tournaments in Africa in the recent past, that's a good sign. Mali have got it organised. Medical attention there when it was needed. Can Nigeria get a second? Fanidi trying to play it forward.
He's appealing for something, I don't know what it is.
It was forward by Krauche, but all the way through to Shurunmu.
little bit of hit and hope now, I think, from Algeria's point of view as the clock ticks down.
That's Belbay. They're trying to get him into the ambulance now.
That is a sad scene.
He's still not moving a great deal. They're getting him to hospital as quickly as possible, which is a good thing. Minute and a half to go. Here's Kanu. And Kanu drives it in, but again it's just wide. Just finding his range, isn't he?
He's had plenty of efforts. I think that's certainly at least 5 shots I've seen him have in the second half since he's come on, and he's livened the game up, no doubt about it. Fancies his chances. Again off target.
Just over a minute to go, and there is still hope for Algeria. They only trail by the 1 goal. Just wonder where it's going to come from. The inspiration Saifi is off. And they're down to 10 men after Belbay having to go off. No more substitutes for them to use. Now Finidi. Here's Babangida. Just need to keep the ball now. Babangida though with the pace, and Agahoa's in the centre with him. Can Babangida pick a player out? It's Kanu. Again, just a little over intricate as they got into the penalty area.
Yeah, trying to be decisive, but as you say, a little bit overcomplicated, and the opportunity's gone. Still on the ball with Finidi George. Oh,
20
here we go.
seconds to go, and Babangida to wrap it up. He's got support in the centre. Having missed twice, Babangida decided to play it in, and again it was the wrong decision.
Absolutely. Well, head and hands, looking for Julius Agahoa in the centre.
Well, that is that. 4 minutes of added time, still no whistle.
It's a clever little dummy from Babangida, and again I feel it was on to strike the ball at goal from what, 6 yards out, Dave?
Well, the Super Eagles have got underway with a win. The goal from Julius Agahoa moments before half-time. The great celebration, which is the moment of the Nations Cup so far. And the final score here, Algeria 0, Nigeria 1.
Yeah, first win in this Nations Cup so far. So that win puts Nigeria top of Group A on 3 points. Mali and Liberia just behind Algeria, propping things up at the moment thanks to Julius Agahoa's goal. So a good start.
And that was Diarra making a forward run as well. One of the more coveted players in Africa, and apparently a target for Juventus. Although you should take that with a pinch of salt, because whenever any African player starts to play well, they become a target for one of the big guns in Italy. Now Kanu seems to have started in a withdrawn role. JJ Okocha has barely had a touch so far. He gets one now. And Agahoa bursting forward. Just a Ghali in the centre, and Agahoa may well find him. And it seemed to rebound back off Agahoa, but he's given a corner.
I think you're right, actually, Davey got lucky there. Adam Koulibaly made the block, but I thought it might have hit Julius Agahoa. But the linesman's given the corner kick, and there's that pace I was talking about from Agahoa.
They'll be aware of Sidibe's weakness at corner kicks. He's headed away by Diarra, though. And forward by Basala. There's Bagayoko, who is ever available, the Strasbourg player. Second division in France, catapulted into the big time here. And Henrik Kasperczak, the Polish coach of Mali, forward again towards Bagayoko. Challenge from West. Now they can burst forward again with Babaka. Nigeria under pressure early on.
Just a little bit slack again. You know what I mentioned at the start, Dave, sometimes they allow teams to get at them because they're complacent, and that was a bit of complacency for me.
Basala Toure with the corner, and really any pressure on Aiki Shirunmu. Kasperczak is a very canny coach. He's been around as well with the Ivory Coast, He took to the third place in this tournament. Tunisia, who he took to the final, and Morocco. And he'll know there are weaknesses in the Nigerian setup. Babayaro. Now Diarra. Bagayoko ahead of him. But again,
Finidi. A physical Finidi.
Finidi has remodelled himself for this Nations Cup.
Well, you got to remember he had a couple of months out for Ipswich and he just got back to fitness before he came away.
Bagayoko causing problems again. Clean challenge by Babaka. This is Keita. First glimpse of his skill, although he doesn't win a free kick and eventually concedes one.
Well, I think Keita felt he was fouled there. Maybe the referee felt he went down too easily, but certainly he held the ball between his legs and the referee gave the free kick for that.
There's Kanu. Adama Koulibaly. Here's Babaka of Freiburg. One of the most improved players in the Bundesliga, Babaka. Came on very strong in the second half of the opening game. Now Keita. Kocha getting back and defending. Bagayoko keeps possession so well. He started the second game as he left off in the first, and he's earned them a throw.
I think this is going to be a long one.
Might well be. Shirunmu stays on his line, and the trust he showed in his defenders proved to be justified. Sumaila Koulibaly, one of the 4 Koulibalys in the squad. Here's another who plays for Freiburg, plays along with Bubaka. Looking long for Bagayoko. Good in the end by Okoronkwo. At the moment, the Nigerians passing anything but fluid. And Mali, the exact opposite, and it's earned them a free kick. Bagayoko once more the target.
Well, I tell you what, some very good one-touch football from Mali, whether it's the fans or whatever it is, but Okoronkwo was the one who was caught out, and I thought he got caught 2 or 3 times in the last game I watched him, Dave, here. He commits himself and it's poor, and he actually takes him out. Now, fortunate for him, there's a defender behind him, because he would have been the last defender. Now, what's the referee going to do?
And the Ghanaian referee certainly had a word with Bagayoko, whether he's taken any action. Well, they have the free kick, and Keita can strike them, as can Koulibaly, but they're a long way out. And no card for Okoronkwo.
I think he's got away very fortunately there. Very cynical challenge. Once the ball went past, he had no apprehension about taking the striker out straight away.
It's a very panicky challenge, which will give Mali hope. Now then, Sumaila Koulibaly, legend has it, has one of the strongest right foots in Africa. Will he get his chance here? Keita looks like he fancies it as well, and it's going to be driven in.
There's terrible panic in that defence. 2 attempts to clear the ball, Dave, and again started very sloppily Nigeria, not really settled down, and all credit to Mali, because they've played with a greater degree of passion and certainly a lot more pace about their game and enthusiasm.
And once more, the fans, as we mentioned in the first game of England, Argentina and Sweden, will not be quaking in their boots, if indeed fans wear boots. That's Babaka. He is getting more involved this time. Now Diawara. Seydou Keita looking to get it onto that left foot. And Keita's going to have a crack. He could see the glory.
Well, it's a shame because it opened up for him. He came inside on his left foot, and Seydou Keita is really disappointed because it did open up. It was, what, 25 yards out. Just tries to steady himself and goes for the power, and it's way, way off target. Doesn't even test Shirunmu in the Nigerian goal.
Flick on towards Kanu. Yobo backpedaling, in terrible trouble. Bagayoko wins the throw.
He's a handful, isn't he? Bagayoko is a real handful. Nobody can rest on their laurels when he's around, and you're right, Yobo was jumping all over the place, and I think he was quite happy just to get the challenge in the end.
Oh, and he's given the goal kick, and Bagayoko's furious. Shirunmu hasn't had a save to make yet, but he's certainly been under pressure. We apologise momentarily. I understand there are some problems bringing you the pictures back from Africa. We'll try and restore them as soon as we possibly can. And no question, Jerry, that this great atmosphere in the March of 26 stadium has really helped Mali at the start of the game.
Absolutely, they've dominated early on, and I think, as I said at the start, it's got to be worth an extra man to them. You know, the support they're getting, their encouragement, and I've got to say that you know, they feel as if they can do something. I always said in the past that host nations, you know, you do not discount them because they can surprise, and I've been surprised what I've seen from this very, very young Mali side. I'm looking at the defence, and you know, a 19-year-old fullback in Jibril Sidibe and Fousseni Diawara, 21 years of age, centre half. Adam Koulibaly, 21 years of age, centre half. Very, very